I want to understand how wealth is divvied up between people that are not super wealthy from people who are. And it's true, your wealth can really be made up of a lot of different types of assets. I mean, things like liquid capital, such as cash, your checking and savings accounts, a primary residence. Some people consider that to be some form of wealth, a paid off vehicle, retirement accounts like Roth IRA or mutual funds or stocks, real estate investments, business interests, etc. And things like the infinite banking concept would fall into this category, something that we've detailed in several videos here on the channel. So make sure you take a look at the videos that are linked in the description below if you're curious what it means to bank on yourself, to become the bank. Here's the thing, believe it or not, what a person's asset distribution looks like correlates directly with what their net worth looks like too. An example of this would be individuals that have a net worth of $10,000 or less have their net worth coming from mostly liquid capital, that primary residence, vehicles, some sort of retirement accounts, and then individuals who have a net worth of tens of millions of dollars on the other side of the spectrum, most of their net worth is actually coming from stocks and business interests. And there's very little coming from things like liquid capital with those wealthy folks. So take a look at this chart that we found that outlines what makes up a person's net worth at various net worth tiers from 10,000 all the way up to $1 billion and more. And when you look at this, look at it like this, it's obvious that the wealthy are focusing their time and money into other places. I mean, look at the liquid capital, for example, things like cash, checking and savings accounts. I mean, for most Americans, these are the main three things that they think about when they think of their finances. But the wealthy, however, are actually putting less and less focus on liquid capital as they grow their wealth. So what does this really mean to you? It really means that the pathway to wealth doesn't lie in growing your savings account, contrary to what some people teach. And if that's your only goal is to grow your savings account, then you're gonna make it very, very difficult as well as unlikely to grow your overall wealth in any substantial way. So then what do the wealthy actually utilize the most? Well, let's take another look at that chart. And by the way, you can get this chart in the description below as well. We'll put a link in there so that you can just print this out and look at it while you're going through this video. But you're going to notice that as individuals' net worth rises, the percentage of certain kinds of assets grows substantially. These are things like stocks, mutual funds, fixed income investments, managed assets like trusts, real estate, and the big one, of course, business interests. I mean, if you want your wealth to increase, you're going to want to focus more on these things. The big four being mutual funds, stocks, real estate, and business interests. And you'll notice that real estate is actually a good chunk for those in the $100,000 to $10 million net worth range, while those that are over $10 million, really stocks and mutual funds become a lot more prominent. Because it's really safe to assume, I think, that most of us are not targeting the 100 million to a billion range, at least not at first, of course. And we got to get to that million or 10 million tier first. So let's skip talking about mutual funds and stocks in today's episode and really just focus on real estate and business interests. So there's a reason that we focus so heavily on these two things on this channel. I mean, they're really the formula for success in finance. You're gonna have a tough time cracking certain net worth tiers if the only money that you have coming in is from the good old W-2 9-to-5er. I mean, you're missing out on the vast and incredible opportunities that we've got if that's the only place that you're earning from. When I first discovered the teachings of Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series, that was really kind of the first time that my entrepreneur eyes were open to the incredible possibilities and opportunities that come when we utilize OPM, other people's money. Before that, I had been an entrepreneur for most of my life, pre-teens, all the way up. I had had various entrepreneur, explorations, if you will. I did a lot of different things, from selling Cutco knives to doing MLMs to making my own ceramic pottery and selling it when I was a child, to selling soda pop on the side of a golf course. And all of them, we made sales. It worked. But when you want to build wealth through areas like real estate and business, OPM is really a very important ingredient. And I speak more about this in a recent video that we did. I'll link that below too, so be sure to watch that if you haven't. But proper banking and borrowing can truly be the difference between getting into these wealth creation areas now or trying to save your way through to them and cash flow them down the road years and years or even decades. So many things can hold you back from reaching your potential in these areas. And these things that keep you from playing the game that the wealthy and the ultra wealthy are playing, most of the time starts with fear. Things like fear play a role in holding you back from getting, started today. And so I want you to be sure to check out that video as well from our WTF series, which stands for What's the Friction? What's really stopping you? We talked a lot about fear. That was prompted by and large by Robert Glover, Mr. Bricks Fitness. We did some episodes featuring him and talked a lot about fear with him as well. And this is why we're here, guys. We're here to really help you find your way into these wealth generating ideas, places that'll take you further, faster financially, of course. And if you're not earning through real estate or a side hustle or a small business of your own, then it's time that you did. When we look at this chart, it shows us the areas that the non-wealthy get stuck and where the wealthy and the uber wealthy are really concentrating their efforts. So we've got so many different resources here at VIP Financial Education to get you guys to traverse this transition into the wealthy way. So make sure that you're subscribed and that the notification bell is on as well so that you're alerted every single time that we drop a new video. We're going to continue to share various banking tricks and tips here on this channel and ways to utilize other people's money in a way that not only stands to make you richer over time, but it's a much safer and sustainable way. The risk and reward relativity does not apply here. We do not take more risk in order to get the rewards that we're talking about and teaching about here on the VIP Financial Ed YouTube channel. So make sure you please comment below. Are you making the switch to the wealthy way? Look at this chart. I mean, what questions do you have when it comes to the banking and the borrowing process? When it comes to real estate, when it comes to side hustles? We'd love to make videos answering questions. I'm going to continue to commit to doing more and more of that. We'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. Make sure you drop a like if you want us to continue to make super cool videos that give you super cool charts like the one that's linked below, talking about how to actually set yourself apart from a mediocre financial life into a life of wealth. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, make it a great day today and take care.